Hello, Mark.
Hello, Jungle.
Those that have been following Jungle Productions a year with the Mayor, you've had to put up with me for a whole year. Isn't that right, sir?
We've all got crosses to bear.
Yes, but I thank you for coming to the Tavern and welcome to the Tavern.
It's a pleasure, thank you.
Yeah, as you see, I've been running a series of chats with people from the community over the last couple of months, and you are very welcome, and thank you for coming. But those who follow the blog might be aware of the things that we've talked about, but if you don't mind to start back in your first, where it all started for, within the police force. How many years were you in the police force for?
30.
30 years?
Yes, I did 30 years in the police force. Was it 1986 to 2016 when I retired?
So what age were you when you signed up?
I
signed up the word?
Yeah, I started a week before my 24th birthday.
Yeah.
And then obviously I retired a week before my 54th.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 30 years of an interesting career.
So which police force were you in?
Most of it, well, all of it was in Sussex.
Sussex, yeah.
I'm a London boy, but I moved down to Sussex to join the police service, and then did various roles in that and various ranks. Sort of retired as an inspector.
Okay.
Dealing with sort of firearms incidents and counter-terrorism and stuff like that.
All right, so how did you feel on that last day? I always wonder how people feel on that last day of police. Was it mixed emotion, please?
No mixed emotions. It was time.
You knew it was time for you.
Knew the time. It's like anything when you've been in a job for that long. How it was when you started to how it is when you finish changes. Yeah. And the job had changed dramatically. So for my age and my time, it was right to go.
You were ready.
I was ready to go.
And we've talked about this many times, and we have touched on it in our little chats we've done in the year, but what led you to Builth Wells, Mark?
By accident.
Was it?
Yeah. Literally, when I retired, I started working for adult social services at West Sussex, dealing with the older people team, dementia and things like that. But we're always going to move, having spent 30 odd years in one county. Yeah. Anyhow, we're in sort of Hereford. My wife did the old 50-mile search radius, and this town called Builth Wells turned up. And she said to me one day, I've booked 4 days in this place called Builth Wells. And I said, well, what part of England is that in? And she said, no, it's in Wales. I went, yeah, right. But literally, we came here, and on day one, it was home. Yeah. Never regretted the move. Yeah. Never.
And I suppose what brought you in getting involved with the local politics of it all? Or what sort of drew you into that?
Again, it's my wife.
Yeah.
Louise got a job soon after we moved here as the clerk, and she's been the clerk here since 2019. Through that, I got introduced to various members of the council, then was asked to join the council, which I did. And that's the story ever since. It's been quite good. It's been actually brilliant.
So how many years have you been in Builth now, Mark?
Since July 2018.
Okay, so it's so you obviously became a town councillor, and then the opportunity came to be mayor.
Yeah, the fellow councillors decided to vote me in last year.
Yeah. Well, how did that feel for you? You know, you come from coming to a town where you sort of fell in love with, as you say, when you got here.
Yeah, absolutely.
To suddenly be mayor of Builth. What's that? How did?
It's weird. There's a sense of pride.
Yes.
That you've achieved something, but it also, and I don't use this word lightly, it's quite humbling because you've come into a new community. Yeah. You're not born and bred around here. I come from sort of London born and bred. Yeah. Come here to be accepted and then to be voted in by the fellow councillors in respect of taking on the lead position for the council. It is humbling, but it makes you feel more part of this community. Yeah. You become more aware of the positives in the community, but also what's threatening it, and some of the issues we've got to deal with. Yeah,
we'll come to those.
And that's my passion and my driver at the moment.
I'm thinking of if you've people that follow Jungle Productions. There's one conversation I had with you which it stuck with me really around remembrance as we were walking towards the memorial down on the Grove there, of your connection because of what it meant to you as a person. I think that was quite touching. Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah, very well, because obviously we touched upon my great-granduncles who both fought in the First World War, and then my wife's grandfather, who was a submariner, he was killed off the coast of Malta. And then we've got other links all the way through with the police force and then dealing with counter-terrorism and that side of things, and everything that happened.
I just felt you were thinking of obviously your family and colleagues that you've worked with that have been through difficult situations, and I just it's just something that stayed with me of one of the conversations we had. You also had the fun day to get involved with. How much was that, and our carnival?
Oh, the fun day was just unbelievable. They always are funny, especially being on the back of the people wagon.
Yeah.
With all the kids on there bombing around the town, driving through the town.
Yeah.
But I think what made it special this year was all the tractors turning up.
Yes.
At the time.
Yes.
It was if anything was emblematic of the area we live in, it's having all those tractors on the tractor will come up and turn up, and the excitement with the kids and stuff like that, and making sure the kids have got that connection with their heritage and culture. Yeah. Despite the modern world, I thought it was brilliant. It's good fun.
And then you have as we touched on. I've been involved with two blogs really, but obviously I've been with the High Sheriff. Tracy was awarded the High Sheriff Award for outstanding community work. Yep. Tracy Houghton in our post office there. That must be rewarding to do that, as well.
Yeah, it is.
Because you spoke about that, how much you enjoy doing that.
I do, because again, you can get recognition of some of the bigger organisations who do a lot, but you have to look at the community and look at the people who are doing things day in, day out, which are extraordinary as well. Yeah. And the amount of time and effort Tracy, for example, put into getting the post office back into the town, which is a fundamental need where this town's concerned. The ongoing issue she's got at the moment, trying to make sure, or trying to apply for a banking hub, which is coming against official sort of walls, which we can sort of look at how we're going to get through that. But if, as a mayor, you can turn around and recognise these people for what they're doing, and then make the public aware of it. Yes, that is brilliant.
It is, and also we've focused on the carnival a bit. How much fun you had there, judging. Yeah. I caught you on when you just. I remember you were starting at the Strand all year. You're off judging the shop windows. Yes. Yeah. Oh, no, the carnival's a great week, and again, it's like the fun day, but it brings us together for a week, and we have such a incredible time. But then coming to the end of your term now, I was lucky to hear again when you made an award to the Builth Wells YFC for their work. Yeah.
Oh, that was so well deserved. When you look at a group of young people like that, with what they actually do, the effort, time and dedication they put in. Yeah. And then for them to also then to have come second in the national.
Yes, it did. Yeah, they did.
It was just
for the UK. It was just
It was in the UK. It was just fantastic. You know, and again, that's the sort of thing we need to be highlighting, because a lot of our young people get negative press for various things. But it's an awful lot going on out there, which is really positive. Yeah. And that's what we need to really push forward. Yeah. Because it's important for our young people, not only to be recognised, but also this is home. We want them to stay here. We want them to work here. Yeah. So and
provide opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it would probably be wrong of me not to touch on issues facing. And the one thing we've got at the moment is Butte Energy and the proposal for the turbines and the windmills. Where do you see your role as mayor in supporting our community and getting the right information out about that, Mark?
Oh, that's at the forefront for me at the moment. Obviously, next week on the 30th, there's a big open meeting at the Pavilion in Llanfair-ym-Muallt, and I've been invited to be part of the panel on that because of my views on it. This is, you're looking at the industrialisation of our countryside for targets and figures which have just been plucked out of the air. I mean, I've been looking at this since this first come to the fore, and all these targets they're looking at haven't been thought through, haven't been costed. The technology they're talking about really doesn't exist at the moment. They talk about jobs for the country. Well, most of the turbines around the world are made in China. So the only place at the moment which is benefiting economically is China. Okay. And there's a lot of other damage they're going to cause there. So there's lots to look at where this is concerned.
And this is how you see your role, every town councillor does, but getting information, the right information out to people so they can make those informed choices.
Yeah, and that's it. Yes, I've got my views, but not everybody in the town has the same views.
But if you
get the right information,
getting the right information, that's factual and right.
Yeah.
That's what I should be doing. That's so important.
Yeah, it is.
So, Mark, I think we've touched on our memory of ours of the War Memorial, but there's an exciting thing coming up for the War Memorial.
Yes, there is. It's 100 years ago, on the 9th of July, that we had the original dedication of the War Memorial to our war dead.
Yeah.
So what we decided as a town council was we'd have a rededication ceremony, and it'll be on Sunday the 7th of July, which is
It'll be well advertised.
Yeah, it'll be well advertised, which is obviously a poignant date in itself. 7/7. But it is important because it's, you know, it doesn't matter whether you're religious, whether you're spiritual. It's a central place within the community where people can go to remember those who gave lives or had all sorts of things happen to them on behalf of their community members.
Yeah.
It's not glorification of war or anything like that. It's just a simple, we appreciate what they've done. War is wrong, we all know that. However, we can't ignore the fact the sacrifice was made by these people.
Yeah.
And it's right and proper that we dedicate it. We are, over next year, going to be doing some more work on it to bring it up to standard and that, so it lasts the next 100 years.
Yeah.
But it is an important factor.
It's an exciting time for the town. It's something,
it is.
And it'll obviously be well advertised. People, because we've seen it appear on social media and stuff like that. So that'll be well advertised as well.
It will. And obviously 6th of June, you've got the D-Day 80. So we'll be doing the beacon lighting at 9:15. But weirdly, the National Fish and Chips Day have also changed their date for that.
Okay.
Because it was a staple during the war.
Yeah,
and it was one thing that they didn't ration because it was such a positive thing. So that's why it's all being linked up.
Oh,
so,
brilliant, yeah.
But more of that.
More of those dates we can use to see on social media and in local press. Yeah. But looking at you bought your own mug in. Can you tell us about this mug, Mark? What?
This actually isn't my mug. Right? This was bought as a Christmas present for Gwyn Davies when he was mayor.
Gwyn Penmini, as we know.
Yes, Gwyn Penmini. Handed over then, obviously, to Alan Waller.
Yes.
And like anything, you then take it on board.
I've got to look after it.
You've got to look after it because it actually says it all about the mayor's role. It really sums it up.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Mark. I've really enjoyed being with you for the year.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
It's been an eye-opener to an important position for our town, and it's an eye-opener for what you actually do and the role of the mayor. And again, thank you very, very much for coming back to the town.
Yeah, it's always been a pleasure.
And no doubt we shall be talking in the future.
You will, yeah, I've got no doubt.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
Thank you, mate.